Welcome to PLUSone, the series where each month I look at the free games on PlayStation Plus and tell you if they're worth the download. After all, the games may be free, but your time is valuable. Today I'm looking at the second of March 2019's PS Plus titles, The Witness, a 2016 first-person puzzle game. You've probably heard of The Witness at some point. The game had a lengthy 8-year development cycle despite being made by an independent team. Did those 8 years do the game justice? And more importantly, is The Witness worth potentially dozens of hours of your time and about 8 gigs of your hard drive space? Let's find out. The main focus of The Witness is on non-verbal puzzles. The game has no traditional narrative, and in my time with it, I don't think I heard a single word. There are no overt hints, there's no hand-holding, it's just you, the environment around you, and these puzzle panels. Your goal is to start at one of the circles and snake your way through the grid to get to the endpoint on each puzzle without intersecting your line. This might sound boring or tedious at first, but very quickly things are shaken up. Some panels might require you to manage 2 different lines at once, while others ask you to hit every one of the dots available on your path or to use your line to ensure that these squares of opposite color don't touch. You're probably wondering how you're even supposed to know about these specific gimmicks if the game doesn't tell you. Thankfully, right near the start of every section there are some tutorial panels that will teach you the basics first and then gradually become more and more complex until you're ready to tackle the real meat of that area. In between puzzles and in between areas, you'll walk around on this abandoned island. You'll follow dirt paths, wires, or different visual cues to find your next objective, walking from puzzle to puzzle in your downtime. Certain doors might be blocked off until you complete the surrounding puzzles too. If you're not a big puzzle game fan, this might not sound all that entertaining. However, it's actually incredibly relaxing. The gradual increase in difficulty makes it so that you're not frustrated when you can't find the answer, but the puzzles are also so intricately designed that you most likely can't just guess and get it right. When you do solve a puzzle that you're struggling with, it's incredibly satisfying in a way that I haven't felt with this genre in a long time. Later on, there are other cues to guide you through the puzzles as well. One section I played, called Symmetry, requires you to solve one puzzle and then turn around and put that identical path in, but this time mirrored. Other times, the solution is actually somewhere in the environment surrounding the puzzle, requiring you to quite literally step away when you can't figure it out. Everything in the game is placed exactly as intended, with nothing going to waste. That meticulous effort does come with a potential downside though. The game never exactly moves beyond these puzzles. There are no secondary gameplay loops for you to distract yourself with. Additionally, The Witness's attempt at minimalism means that there's pretty much nothing by way of music. There are over 1,000 distinct footstep noises though, so that's neat, I guess. The lack of music is supposed to allow the player to focus on the puzzle and on the atmosphere, letting their mind become one with the game. I totally get it, but I can't help but feel I would enjoy having at least a little bit more of a soundtrack here. The Witness is the brainchild of Jonathan Blow, the guy behind Braid. Like Braid, this is an artistic statement just as much as, if not more than it is a game, so if that sort of design philosophy isn't for you, the game probably also isn't for you. Alright, this is where I have to jump in. This whole video until now was part of last year's April Fool's video where I covered one of the Xbox Games with Gold games instead of a PS Plus game. As you can see, that worked out pretty well for me because my thoughts haven't changed on The Witness. Because a lot of this was the Xbox footage, there are a few differences between both versions of this game that I have to note though. For example, the PS4 version of the game runs at a lower resolution than you've been seeing throughout this video up until this point, at 900p instead of the Xbox version's 1080p. Now, almost none of you would notice that. I played both games and I didn't even notice it. But what some of you may be noticing is that the frame rate is doubled on the PS4 version to make up for this, sitting at a much smoother 60 frames per second instead of the 30 FPS on that Xbox release. What does this mean for The Witness? Actually, nothing. It's not like this was a visual stunner to begin with, but the stronger frame rate is appreciated at least. With all that said, if you're a fan of puzzles and you're down for a challenge, I would say The Witness is worth a +1 to your collection. The game can easily run you well over a dozen hours, and if you're going to go for all of the trophies, you can expect to be banging your head against these puzzles for up to 30, 40, or even 50+ hours in total. You'll be seeing lines in your dreams for weeks to come. I strongly recommend you avoid using guides with this game, even if you're just trophy hunting. The sense of satisfaction here is almost unparalleled, and even if the game's not cut out for you, I would say it at least deserves a fair shot. That platinum trophy isn't gonna come easy though, so be ready for a lot of smacking your head on the wall before you find the solution. If you're watching this video after PS Plus rotates and it's no longer free, The Witness runs for a full $40 at regular price. It does go on sale every so often, but it's very rarely gonna drop below $20. At either price, I would say you have to be a big fan of brain-teasing experiences to justify that purchase, but if that sounds like you, it's more than likely going to be worth even the full price because of how much content is here. What do you think about The Witness? Let me know down in the comments below, and with all that said, thank you for watching if you've made it this far. If this video didn't scratch your puzzle game itch, go check out my video documenting some of history's strangest official Tetris sequels. Seriously, there are 3 Tetris 2s, it's wild. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for more awesome videos every week.